Welcome everyone. Welcome on the Decod3rs channel. So tonight we have a special guest, Prez from AntiSocials and Laced Up on the Twitter space. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It's gonna be an amazing stream, and I can't wait to talk to you all about AntiSocial project. Prez, what's up? What are you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing great. Appreciate you having us on tonight.
Always, bro.
Really happy to be here. Big fan of your work and everything.
Nice, awesome. And Lance Up, can you hear us well on the space? Everything good?
Yeah, man, I can hear you great, man. Thanks for having us. Like Prez said, big fan, man. I've been following you for a long time, and big ups to everything that you do in the space.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you. And I can't wait to talk to you both about what you're building and see how the Decod3rs community will enjoy what they hear from you and how we can work together in the future, man. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's go. But yeah, before that, so for everyone from the Decod3rs community, don't forget to watch the show via the watch player that you can find at watch.decod3rs.com. You can claim the views, enjoy the show, and you get paid for it. So that's pretty cool. And also, don't forget to use and download Asset Dash, which is like the main sponsor of the channel. You can see like the QR code that's displaying on the video right now that you can see. You know it already by now, but like Asset Dash is basically a portfolio app where you can track your crypto, your NFT, and even like your stock option, etc. Gold, if you have any. I don't know if you want to diversify. If you diversify yourself, but like, yeah, fuck it, man. You don't need to be only Degen. But yeah, just use Asset Dash, and yeah, hopefully you will like the app. And for every Asset Dash user, we will have like whitelist for the incoming mint. So that's gonna be cool. And yeah, that's it for the sponsor of the show. Thank you so much, Asset Dash and Matt, if you watch this stream. Thank you. And bro, now that's you. It's all about you, Prez. Thank you so much for being on the channel. And bro, let's start.
Appreciate it, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
how have you first like yeah, how have you been doing, man? Like how's the week going?
Everything's been going good. Just getting ready to start launching stuff for AntiSocials.
Yeah.
It's been a long journey. Been about, it's been about 7 months now. And we're just about ready to start kicking things off.
Nice. That's cool. Did you hear some echo on YouTube, or it just me? Like on Twitter, did you hear any echo? Do you have like the channel open or somewhere?
It might be my phone here.
Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, man. Like, okay. So can you start with just like give us like a quickly recap, or who are you? And yeah, because I know like you have like some history on Solana already with like the Hydra Launchpad and stuff. So that's also interesting. Yeah, just recap who are you and what you're building with AntiSocial.
Yeah, so my name is Prez. I'm the founder of AntiSocials and Darknet, also the co-founder of Hydra Launchpad. A lot of you guys know me from that company. We've been in the space I've been in the space about 2 years now. Been in crypto, I think, since about 2018. Was when I bought my first token. So yeah, it's been a cool journey so far.
Mm-hmm.
And just getting ready to start a new chapter with AntiSocials and everything.
Nice.
We're doing there.
That's pretty cool, man. And yeah, so you have been on Solana since the beginning, or like 2 years?
Yeah, almost 2 years now. So
Nice.
I guess that's the beginning, yeah, for NFTs at least on Solana.
Towards you, bro.
Yeah, yeah, appreciate it.
That's
cool.
It's
been interesting times here. Love it. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of crazy stuff for sure.
Yeah. So do you prefer to be in a bull market or bull or bear market?
Oh man, the bull market was looking pretty nice.
Yeah, right.
That 2021 October was just the best time.
Yeah.
On that. Those days.
But at least now we have time to build, right?
Yeah, plenty of time to build. That's for sure. Yeah, plenty of time, man.
That's cool. And yeah, also like I don't forget you last up. Like if you want to talk on space, like bro, like feel free to cut us up. And yeah, also like Lance up, like can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, no problem. So I'm Laced Up, working on the AntiSocials project with Prez. Been in Solana since the early days. I think I bought my first Sol token at like $12,
Ooh.
round tripped it from 40 back to 8. But I'm here to stay. You know, you got a bag probably in your project. I think I own just about every project on chain at this point. But you know, I believe in what we're doing here. I believe in these NFTs. And yeah, man, I just big hopes for the future. I think it's bright.
That's cool.
And I want to be here for it. So I'm here.
That's nice. And did you sold at 250 or did you just hold long term?
Well, I wish I could say, you know, I bought everything at $12, sold it at 250, and then bought it back at 80. But I did manage to sell a couple at the top. But you know what? I round tripped about 60%, which is, you know, I'm fine with that. I when you said prefer bull or bear, you know, I almost preferred the bear a little bit there.
Yeah.
I didn't mind picking up those Solanas at $8.59. It felt pretty good. But 240, man, it was those were just great times. Yeah, man. There was nights I didn't even sleep, right? We just felt like it was a movie.
That's the inconvenience of a bull market, right? Like you take a break for 15 minutes and you missed like the last 10x coin or NFT project, and then you feel fucked.
Right.
Even if you up to 10,000%, right?
Right.
That's all right. You know what? I believe that we're going to relive these days. I mean, it may not be, you know, it's not going to be this week. If it was, I'd be a happy guy. But, you know, like I said, bear market is for accumulation, man. It's if you believe in this ecosystem and, you know, you believe in the developers that are here and the community that's here, you know that we got a long journey ahead of us, and accumulation is key. And, you know, getting in these good projects and people that are here to do stuff for this chain is going to go a long way.
No, 100%. Then that's why we're here, right? We're just preparing the next bear, and hopefully we will see one.
Yeah, I think it won't be too long. You know, a couple, maybe we have to prepare for another year, but
yeah,
you know, with everything with the broader market. But like Lay said, I'm bullish on crypto overall. I think we'll have some days soon.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not your first bear market, right? So you have seen like the full wave by now, so it's cool. You get used to that.
I remember the nights a few years back looking at Ethereum under $1,000 and wishing I bought more back then. So yeah, it's you just got to be prepared for these times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I checked my like Kraken history, and I had like some orders at like 70 euros ETH stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, man, it makes you really think, you know. So like 2021 wasn't the end of the glory days, you know. It's we just got to buckle down for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to wait and build, right? So yeah, guys, tell me what you're building with like AntiSocials. What's up with that?
So AntiSocials is our new project that we're doing. What it is it's a PFP project that we're, you know, obviously we're trying to go for some great characters, some great PFP, some great branding, IP. But the thing about our project is we're the AntiSocials. So we're the rebels, we're the outcasts, we're the ones that do things a little differently. So we played around with the branding a little bit, and you know, our art style is a little bit rebellious. So you know, I can show you what that looks like in a second here if you want.
Yeah, no, 1%. Yeah, we will have a demo, but like, yeah, just make sure like everyone catch up with like the whole project and know exactly what we're talking about before they know what we're gonna show them on YouTube. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, like so our project is you know, it's a new project in the space. A lot of the stuff that we're doing early on is going to be regarding the art, you know, different experiences that we can have for the community, you know, showing them different ways that we can use the IP. We have different kind of animators that we're working with, you know, some great artists that can show the art and, you know, painted styles, and then the line work that we're using right now. So a lot of the pre-mint stuff is very art heavy, but we also have a whole platform that we've designed and built out in the background that we've been teasing as well, called the Darknet.
Nice. Yeah, and that's what we are going to demo in a couple of minutes. That's going to be pretty cool. And honestly, the art is pretty cool. Like it's your PFP and stuff. That's I like it. It's clean.
Yeah, yeah. Specifically for my PFP, this is the 9 Live skin, and this was done to us by a one-on-one artist in the space named Soul Cat. Very great artist. He did a skin for our collection, so we threw that in there and made a legendary skin. But one of the other things that he's doing with us is he's also an art and advisor for us. So he was early on, he was helping us get like the styles right and the colors and everything of the traits. He was going to help us do like the whole color palettes for the backgrounds, but we have some branding that uses like a neutral color palette, and we ultimately decided to use that and for the backgrounds instead of colors. So it makes for like an interesting collection when you're looking at it on secondary, and it also really makes those colors pop really nicely, which is awesome.
Yeah, there's definitely nice contrast and stuff, and like the whole PFP, it's, like again clean and it's pop-up. Like on Twitter Space, like I can see your PFP. Like I know that's gonna be your collection, and like it's really identifiable. It's cool.
Awesome, yeah. I mean, that's like kind of what we're going for. I know with like our collection is human characters, and like for a lot of projects in the space, that can be a challenge. I think a lot of projects in the past have kind of struggled with it, or have gone more like the meme route with it. For us, like we're coming in a time where there's 2 other great projects and a couple others that are coming out with human PFPs that look great, but one thing I think we stand out in is like a lot of those projects fall under like a certain niche, like anime or comic book style and stuff like that, and they look great. But what we were trying to do is do something that was more universal, something that could have like mass appeal to everybody, different races, cultures, styles, clothing, everything like that. And then we also wanted to make a character that could be really used, like in animations, games, different promos and memes and stuff like that. So that's what we were going for, something that would capture everybody's attention and not be specifically under like one category.
Nice. That's pretty cool. And yeah, like like the design, even like I'm checking like the late stop PFP, and like it's the human face, like a face, etc. It's cool. It's really nice. You did a good job.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we want to do is like, for bids, you don't like the one that you mint. We hope everyone likes the one that they pull on mint day. But even if that situation were to arise, if you could go into the collection, you're gonna find one PFP that you immediately fall in love with. In my opinion, obviously, I'm a little biased maybe, but I think there's just such variety there that you'll identify personally with something, whether that's a trait, a character, whatever it may be. But it's pretty. It's pretty inclusive collection.
Is your female?
We do have some female one-on-ones in the collection. We've teased some in the past. In the main collection right now, there's no plans to have females other than the one-on-ones. But we do have some interesting plans in the future. I don't want to say we're just going to drop a female collection. Our goal isn't to like dilute the collection further. So we have some interesting plans on how we can accomplish that in the future.
That's cool. Yeah, there is always a solution, right, to bring more trait and stuff like that. It's cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, that's cool. And okay. So let's say like the last question about the PFP and the art. But like from your perspective, like what makes a great PFP and great art? What's important to highlight?
I mean, I think it's important to kind of recognize the past successes in the ecosystem, which projects have done well. One thing I've always noticed does well is clean line work. I think that's probably the most universal style for everybody. I've seen other great, PFPs when it comes to painted style, but I feel like they're not kind of appreciated as much as the line work is. And one of the reasons I think that is because the clean look really pops out in that little, circle PFP. Whereas if you try to add in all this detail, try to add in all this textures and stuff, all that kind of gets lost in the PFP anyway, so it doesn't really have much value in the long run. So I would say clean and simple is always the way to go, and always have a great character design. Don't bother, if you don't have a great character you're working with, then the whole collection is just your time's being wasted. Start over, make a good character. When you throw the traits on there, you'll know this is great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like when you see a PFP and like when you build the art and stuff, and we say, okay, now we're touching something, that's pretty cool. That's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
and that's a process. You got to work your way up to that.
Yeah.
You can't just, sometimes you got to scratch a dozen characters before you get to that beauty.
What's up, Blazer?
Yeah, I think something that's recognizable too, like, one of the things that I always look at, even on like, on Twitter and all the different spaces is like, blacksmith for one example. I hold some blacksmiths, but I want to like, I can look at a person and look at their PFP and identify like which type of communities they're involved with. You know what I mean? And like just that like being able to like put yourself in a different category, and like someone should be able to look at your PFP and know like what collection it's from, because it should be, have like universally different traits, or like just a different something that makes it stand out away from the 10,000 other NFT collections that they're out throughout every different chain, right? Like you look at a famous fox, you know exactly where it's from. You look at a Smith, you know exactly where it's from. You look at a Decod, you know what I mean? It's just that being able to recognize somebody in a community by just not even the name, not even anything else, but looking at the PFP is, and color theory obviously is a huge thing, but having that self-identifying PFPs like just goes such a long way in the space.
No, 100%. And yeah, like for what I see now, and even on the server, like the sneak peek and stuff, like we did a pretty good job with that, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so and before mint, like how do you intend like to build a community around your collection? Like what's the blueprint for you to increase your community size and like make sure you're gonna sell out pretty fast?
Well, like in the space right now, there's thousands of projects popping up here and there. It feels like there's a lot of different Discords to choose between, where you want to spend a majority of your time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people nowadays have that one or two Discords that they really just stick to. And even if they're invested in other projects like that, it doesn't matter. They just stay in those two Discords. One way we can kind of combat that is by creating unique experiences and reasons for them to be in the Discord and show up every day. It's a little bit easier said than done, because you need some things to capture people's attention nowadays. Otherwise, because everybody is doing a giveaway sometime of the week or so, and it's not everybody's going to take the time to participate in every giveaway. So like, I think what people are really looking for is kind of that community engagement, people that they can relate to, people they can grow with, people they can make different trades, different basically success, people they can grow with and have success with. If they have that, whether it's from the team or other members of the community, you'll see like a pretty strong community growing. Right now, a lot of our plans is around creating content, making different memes, stuff that the community can use. So we've been doing a lot of that stuff, and now that we're closer to getting that closer in the development of the platform, we'll be dropping that soon and using that for engagement as well.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so I checked like your website like to prepare like the stream, and like just to make sure I can understand like the whole scope of it. And so basically you will have like a art card games, like that's the atmosphere that you have on your website, and plus like a coin flip and stuff like that will engage your community on a daily basis, right? So like those small events will also make sure you keep the attention and drive the attention around your own ecosystem, right? Is that the plan?
Yeah, so like early on, we dropped just a simple coin flip game. We had our DGen toy machine also set up. We were doing regular drops in the DGen toy machine, doing like Dust, Forge, Solana, prizes, stuff like that. That was all early stuff, but you know, like probably within the first 2 months of of us starting this journey.
Mhm.
Since then, we built out the darknet platform. Should I just go ahead and jump into that, or?
Yeah, you want to do the demo now? Like,
Yeah, I can.
Okay, cool.
I'll go ahead and share my screen right
Okay,
now.
that's gonna be easier. Okay, and for people on Twitter space, we will do our best like to describe all the pieces that moving. Okay, so let me do that and
So yeah,
share screen.
so basically what we're building is, it's called the dark net, and what that is you can think of it like it's a game aggregator and a storefront. You can think of it kind of like a Web3 Steam. Um, the unique thing about our platform is that we're building it on this whole PvP wagering, smart contracts. So game creators can come into our platform, integrate with our platform, and get access to these Solana contracts that help them do PvP wagering. They'll help be able to set up tournaments. They'll be able to do different kind of transactions at the blockchain. Later on, we'll introduce stuff like a marketplace and different things that they can trade traits in for their games and stuff like that. This is kind of like an early example of what the UI will look like. We have typical bulletin area where we'll showcase different games, featured games that we want to showcase. You'll be able to go in and see, the different games that we have listed on our platform, and it'll categorize the ones that are actually, using the PvP wagering system and everything like that.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and show you what else.
Okay, so for people on Twitter space, basically like what we are looking at right now is like the platform, and it looks like a Steam for like Web3 games, right?
Yeah. So it's basically similar design to like,
Mhm.
I guess you would see like a traditional storefront for games, and you'll see like the different games categorized. You'll see the different game info, and which tokens they're eligible to wager in if they have that available. And yeah, really traditional kind of gaming site, game launcher. The neat thing that we've done that's also a little bit differently. One of the problems I feel like in this, when it comes to gaming, is a lot of these games, particularly casual games, mobile games, RPGs, stuff like that. They don't have like a real place for their communities to engage and connect and organize and set up these groups. So one thing we're doing is also building that into the platform. Players will have their player profiles, they'll have their information, basically a little social hub for them that also keeps tracks of their stats.
Nice.
They'll be able to organize different groups, talk to their friends, chat. They'll be able to send challenges in chat to their friends, and seamlessly switch between games and start that kind of action. Right here, I have a early demo, which we'll make available in a link right now. But we have an early demo of the product, and we built out this game. Simplest game I could think of to build, one that would be accessible for everybody, is Pong. I think that's the original PvP game, so we started with that. So if you see my screen right now, you'll see we have what looks like a game lobby. You can create a casual game. You can create wagered games. You can do that in different tokens. Right now,
Nice. Mhm. Nice. That's pretty cool. Nice. Mhm. Okay. And like, if, for example, if I win a game against like VP from the chat and from the Decoders team, so if I win, can I get like tokens or like rewards, like Web3 rewards?
When we bring out the actual full platform and the player profiles and everything like that, we're going to have a full reward system set up. Non-holders will have access to it, but holding an anti-social will provide extra benefits, bonus multipliers, access to specific parts of the marketplace, stuff like that. So we're definitely like the goal of the platform is to be accessible by everybody, and to kind of use the success of that to bring that benefits back to the community. And I'm pretty confident in the reward system. The way that I designed it was very similar to a lot of the benefits that you see from tokens, like SPL tokens. There's a lot of benefits to SPL tokens, but there's obviously like a lot of drawbacks when it comes to how those tokens are viewed and held and sold. So kind of taking all that I've learned in the past from launching other projects and also my own personal project, taking that information and making sure that we're only seeing the best benefits out of it and none of the negatives, like a diminishing token price.
That makes sense. Yeah, like it's that like the SPL token can help see like your project has a passive income, so like people love that. But then like if this SPL, the same SPL token is going to shit, then you're losing momentum, etc. So it's tricky, right? But
yeah. So yeah, we want to treat it like it's a token without being a token, and we're gonna have like a cool tipping system and everything like that for the social platform. One thing once we release the social side of the platform, like content creation is going to be a big thing, streaming, stuff like that, and we want to have this tipping system in there so that you can reward your friends for putting out great content. You can reward people that you love their work, and maybe like the Decod3rs fans can send you some points and stuff like that for doing great work and putting the content out. Just little stuff like that. We want to have kind of like a mini ecosystem within the platform that benefits our holders and the users.
That's pretty cool. So you could also like integrate like the views token to your platform?
Yeah. So like in terms of like the whole darknet platform, the way the smart contracts works, it can handle any kind of Solana, USDC or SPL tokens. You'll be able to wager in that. And then later on, when it comes to like the actual social side, we're playing with that as well. Obviously, like since we have the blockchain devs to do it, we can integrate other tokens and stuff into the platform. Right now, just to be honest, like we're only thinking of doing that on the wagering side, but it's very possible to like integrate later on on the social side.
And that's pretty exciting because like you can like scale a lot of things, and that will be like awesome, like to integrate more communities into it, right?
Yeah, I think like the beauty of the platform is it's native to Solana, and the scalability on Solana and like the benefits are just huge. As far as like other tokens goes, we do have plans to like introduce Ethereum and other tokens like that, Polygon, Avalanche, even Bitcoin in the future. That stuff is all waiting to be tested out. We're finished in the smart contract process for the Ethereum, but yeah, it's untested as of right now. But Solana sides up, and that's what we love, right?
Yeah, I mean that's still the best blockchain out there, right? So no reason to integrate any other shit.
Oh yeah, by far. And that's like, we're a Solana first platform. Like we're definitely gonna be making sure that everything that we do in the foundations is really rooted in that kind of scalability that we see here. How we integrate other games, like why that's so possible with our platform is because of Solana. We can obviously do it with Ethereum and everything like that, but it's just the benefits, low transaction costs and speeds and everything that's where you see the most benefit.
I mean, is there a way, like, for example, like to build on Solana and to still have the benefit on it on like the ETH blockchain or even like cross chain, and then but continue to have like the first layers on Solana directly?
I'm trying to find solutions to that because on the Ethereum side, like one of the issues is the gas fees, right?
Yeah.
Like we can set up games. The game the game creator can set up a game. They obviously pay gas. The person who comes in the challenge who wants to challenge, when they send a transaction, they pay gas. By then, that's a lot of money in fees. If there's any kind of forfeiture in the game, or somebody leaves, then they're paying another gas fee. It's just like a lot of hassle. One thing we're doing is kind of like one thing we've been thinking about doing is like treating it kind of like you see some of the online casinos do, where you kind of send the funds ahead of time and they're in this account and then they can be used freely without paying that gas all the time. That's kind of the best solution we've seen so far on the Ethereum side. On Solana, you don't deal with those kind of headaches. Fortunately, you send gas, it's freaking a couple cents here. Nobody bats an eye,
Yeah.
But I think we'll get there one day, at least on the Ethereum side. I'm positive for them. I'm rooting for them. But that's why we're starting with Solana. Hopefully, we can get these guys using our platform and then seeing the positives of Solana, and ideally starting to use that more as their daily.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Like just the chat or even on Twitter Space. Like, do you hear an echo from Prez, or no? Is that just me? I'm not sure, so I need to ask you all. But yeah, that should be fine. And yeah, okay. So what would be like the benefit for holders once you have your platform running? And do you do rev share? Like, what's the gameplay?
So, like I was talking about the reward system earlier. We really want to make the project sustainable and also within the guidelines of most countries out there, at least. Okay. So I don't want to say rev share because it's a dirty word nowadays. Yeah. But we definitely we know what's expected from the NFT communities, and we have those kinds of experiences built into the reward system. So there's definitely going to be some benefits to holding. It's just not going to be under rev share. So, and the other thing is, like, I realize that not everybody who holds our NFT is a gamer or is going to be a gamer. So we definitely have that in mind with the reward system as well, rewarding people just for holding passively. So they don't necessarily need to use our platform. They will see some, extra positives, like I said, multipliers, stuff like that for using it. But at the end of the day, like, we're looking out for all of our holders. That's very important. Whether or not they're using the platform, they're most likely will be, shilling it for us. So we want to reward them for that. And we also have some other stuff besides Darknet in the roadmap that we'll be dropping for our holders as well. That would be fun.
Okay, that makes sense. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty exciting. And so yeah, like also you wanted to mention like quickly. Okay, so first you work with, like, for the Hydra Launchpad and protocol. So what made you the switch, like, to focus from that position to owning your own project and like wanted to push that, because it's hard, and even during the bear market, right? So it's even harder. So yeah, what make you the switch, and why you others would trust you to push that project to the top?
Yeah, so with Hydra, like, we found a lot of success early on. Hydra was originally launched by our Shanties project. When we started doing that, we found a lot of success. We used the launch pad to kind of find sustainability. Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you muted.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh shit.
Hey, can you hear me?
So no, yeah, no. Oh, What
Can you
happened?
hear me now? Let's see. I think we lost each other, huh?
Can you guys hear him? What the fuck?
Can you hear
Last
me?
up. Yes, I see.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay. What
must
happened?
have changed. I don't know what happened.
Okay,
All
I
right.
think it's back. I think it's back. I can hear you. Okay, what the fuck? I don't know what the fuck. Okay, whatever.
All right.
I have no idea what you said, but I'm pretty sure it was great, bro.
Yeah. I was basically saying like like what we're doing. Hydra's basically going in a different direction in terms of development, different plans and stuff like that. The project that originally that Hydra came from was Shanties, and we gave a lot of benefits and different rewards to holders. We had some good success with our LP and our tokenomics early on. Main problem with that was that our tokenomics was surrounded around us giving royalties to the LP, like at least 50% of them. And when the 0% royalties thing happened, we saw a big crash in the price because we no longer had that liquidity supporting the LP. We started, slowly declining in terms of the token value because there wasn't that liquidity. Basically the whole tokenomics was revolved around the royalties and the different products we were building supporting the LP, and a lot of that was the value was diminished, one, by the lack of royalties from the 0% royalties kind of meta that was back then. Also the lack of funds that were coming in the launch pad during the bear market, and it just wasn't, like, in peak bear market, it wasn't sustainable to be launching projects. There's very few that were actually, worth launching back then. But yeah, there was several drawbacks happening with Shanties, and Hydra was, now a legitimate company. So we had to shift things dramatically. Hydra ultimately went a different direction. We didn't want that kind of conflict of interest and the shared resources between the project and the company. So we decided to do a bit of a split. Shanties kind of went off in its own direction. We gave them the treasury for Shanties. That's how this whole AntiSocials project started coming to life. We decided to do a full rebrand of the project, pull away from the tokenomics meta entirely, build something more sustainable, and build a product around that.
Awesome.
So right now, like, I'm the only person from Hydra that's actually part of AntiSocials. AntiSocials is its own entity. It's its own project, company, everything like that, separate from Hydra. As far as Hydra goes, like I said, they're doing their own thing now. They have product and development that they've been working on for a few months. That's going to be pretty exciting too, as well.
I can't hear you anymore. Okay, and the chat can hear. What the heck? Why is the mic dropping?
Let me see if I can.
Yes, okay. No, it's back. I think it's my internet connection. I can hear you, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I get like the end of your answer that way. It's too different, so it's cool. So okay. So what drives you into that project? Like, what motivates you to build that? Like, are you a gamer? Like, do you like games, or like what's yeah? What?
I've always been a kind of a gamer.
Nice.
I think that's a lot what drove me into the space in the first place is, like playing games in the past, also being a collector of Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff like that. I think
it's OG for real.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to that. That type of collecting, I think, is why NFTs is actually a thing. So like, yeah, that's where like a lot of my passion lies. And I have a little bit of a background in like, doing art and stuff like that, making sure, like doing art direction and stuff like that. So it's something that I've always been passionate about, and I think that's why I ultimately went in the gaming direction. And I kind of felt like I was always going to go in that direction anyways, because even like when I was at Hydra full time, a lot of the stuff that I was designing for the for the utilities were all game based. The first thing we dropped for shanties besides the LP was this whole breeding and pet capturing platform, right? So you can go in there, you could breed your pets, you could capture pets in the wild. Basically, basically got inspiration from Pokemon there. And then I built out like a P2E game with like gang missions and stuff like that. We have the DGen toy machine, which I designed in mind for metaverses. It's basically like a digital gumball machine. You can load it up with NFTs, SPL tokens, whitelists, stuff like that. And all that was in mind with like, this stuff is going to be used in games one day. You know, like when people come to Web3, I want them using our gumball machines, our vending machines, our darknet platform, stuff like that, right? I guess that's why I went in this direction. Is I want whatever I'm doing. I want to push Solana forward in gaming. I feel like with the low cost, low transactions, fast speeds, and all that stuff, like Solana has the best success and best chance for this. But the problem is there's not a whole lot of support out there. There's not a lot of teams out there actually building for this stuff. So I just went 100 into it and just said, you know, this is a problem we got to solve ourselves, pretty much.
You know, like like I was checking like the number of buyers and sellers on Solana like in the last 24 hours, and like bro, like on Sol Sniper, like they said like there's 5,000 sellers and 2K buyers, bro, and like crazy. Like it's really like the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, bro.
Yeah, man, and you know, I want to stay positive and say the bull run's going to come in, and you know, but we can't leave that a chance, and it's time to freaking do the hard work and get in there and start building some stuff that people actually want to use, you know. And
exactly.
And there's some great builders here in this space, but I just feel like a lot of people are building stuff for people who are already here, and it's like, well, you know, we're not going to get new faces that way. Gotta build for people who don't even know what an NFT is or
exactly
who care what a blockchain is or any of that stuff, you know. That's where the real value for the next cycle is, I feel like.
No, 100%. Later, like you joined the stage again. Like, do you have a question?
No. You know what? I had something that kind of overlapped with this beginning, but kind of went by pretty quickly. So I wanted to jump back on. I also wanted to comment that I'm probably on the 20% of that Sol Sniper buy side order. That's me. I'm the chief exit liquidity provider.
Let's go.
That's okay, man. I stand by it.
Make it like, the Solana ecosystem still alive, bro. Thanks to you.
Yeah, right. He's supporting us all here. Appreciate your service, Lex. Appreciate you.
And okay, so like I know, like like I was watching like a streamer because like so Asmongold, which is like a big like World of Warcraft player, and he was saying like in the gaming industry, like they don't really like NFTs because first, like they don't really have like a fun game to play with, and also a fun game yet, you know, to be developed and like a AAA quality, the good shit, etc. And also the fact that you turn that game into a cash machine, it's basically like taking them away of like the entertainment industry and just basically doing another job. Instead of just changing their mind, they're just gonna work to make more money, etc., etc. Right? So, do you think the gaming industry and like gamers like switching their mind and like following the NFT trends where they can play Axie Infinity like or Orrery or whatever and make a monthly passive income in there, or like it's gonna be always tricky to get this kind of like gamers, hardcore gamers even to come into like the NFT land?
Personally, I think it's kind of like split down the middle.
Yeah.
But I think like where people mess up is like traditional games like Fortnite and these different games that have taken off. I mean, they essentially, if there wasn't an NFT built around it with all these skins, nobody would know the difference, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're doing all this stuff, you're spending all this money on these skins. So when we come into the NFT space, I think what like kind of scares people away is it was like such a bullish statement at one point, but now it's like kind of bearish. Is like play to earn, right? It's like you hear that, and it's kind of like that's bearish as fuck. Like play to earn, it just never seems to succeed. So I think like one of the games that'll first captivate will be like where there is actually no like passive income involved. It's just like skins and and maybe you can trade those skins on like a secondary market if you wanted to. I mean, that's one of the the benefits of ownership in the NFT world, right? Once it's yours, it's yours. And like Epic Games couldn't come take your skin back. It's just yours.
Yeah, but Epic Games can always shut down the server and you can't play anymore, right?
Well, exactly. And, I mean, that's true, right? I mean, I think, but like the biggest game on Solana is going to be like not play to earn. I don't think. I think it'll be more like geared towards like skins and different rewards in game, just like traditional gaming. And maybe like over the course of time we can you scale in stuff, but like I think the big hit, like once you make a game and you say it's play to earn, it's no longer a game. Like you said, it's literally if you want to, like, that's your job, and it may start out okay, but then you forget to enjoy it. You forget like what actually brought you to the game in the first place, and that was like spending time doing something that you enjoy doing. And if you don't enjoy doing it anymore, then what's the point of you can go flip burgers at Wendy's and stack a couple tendies at the same time instead.
Except if there is a big like amount of games that you can switch from one to another and make money, but then you also follow the meta, playing the game that gonna make you more money anyway, right? So it's kind of tricky, like chicken and egg scenario anyway.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, like I play some.
We have to really trying to find what really attracts people. Play to earn is not going to do it, in my opinion, just because it kind of brings that whole kind of Ponzi system in a way to the where a lot of the value in the tail end is going to diminish as well. I think what we can see is like in the gaming industry, a lot of what they value in terms of collectibles and skins and trophies and stuff like that can be reflected into Solana. Having a marketplace for these kind of skins to be traded seamlessly and having ownership over them is one way we can bring some benefits in. Gameplay is obviously a huge kind of issue that needs to be solved in the industry, Web3 gaming industry. I think specifically that's because lack of funding. A lot of these games can't compete with these AAA titles that are spending hundreds of millions.
Exactly.
And it's crazy like that. Some of them really are spending that much money, and it's you're not going to really see that on Solana. I think the biggest war chest is Ori. I don't think they have anything over 100 mil. If I'm not mistaken.
Plus, it takes 5 years to build.
I mean,
yes, and that's the other thing.
We won't see it today.
It's not there for me.
That doesn't mean we won't see it in 5 years. 5 years from now, we could see it. It all depends on what kind of narrative that we decide that the market takes. But I mean, it's basically going to come down to like value proposition for your time on Solana, right? I mean, if you can make it fun and enjoyable, then why not come?
I know.
But,
and like VP said in the chat, like AI will be flipping the burger soon, so that's short-lived. So you will have to flip to play X Infinity like games to make a living, because your job at Burger King will be over anyway. So you're not going to have a choice, bro.
It's funny that you say that, because I was actually thinking something similar. Like with the rise in AI, like two things we're gonna see is people have more leisure time. They don't need to do these manual tasks for work. And in reality, how they get paid is by engagement, by absorbing content that's being created, And like with the rise in AI, like the other thing that we'll see is games being created a lot faster. You already see like these different, game engines working with AI to generate assets in game, very quickly, full scenes, full levels, everything like that, characters, all done by AI, and we'll only see that better. We'll see people churning out games in a year instead of 5 years. We'll see people doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
And isn't that long term? Isn't that bullish for blockchain?
Oh yeah,
I mean, when you
100%.
don't have to spend $100 million to create a game, when you can, that's what's going to really do it. When you can put a game on chain, whether I'm a maxi, so I'll say Solana, but any chain that's better than playing on your PlayStation. When you can produce or playing on your PC, but I play some games like Meta Ops. I don't know, shout out to their team over there, but I played like their first person shooter game, and it was dope, man. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I didn't see anything like any reason why I wouldn't come back and like continue to play it and enjoy it if I was, in the first person shooters and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's happening, man. It's going to take time, and we should respect that and not try to force it, but we need to build and prepare for it. Which is why like these game aggregators and these centralized social hubs, like that's another huge part of it, like gaming. Like, like for me personally, when I gamed on like Xbox, like I was always, if you sneak up behind somebody in COD when I was a kid, that old school, like send them a message and behind you, something like that. But like the social hub goes a long way, and like the public leaderboards and all that stuff, just like the flex. So I mean, we got to really like build to that and have the infrastructure here. I mean, that's key, man. It's just having the stuff ready when they're ready.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like, Prez, do you want to produce your own games, or do you want like to onboard like indie developer to your platform, and then they can offer the games to the people?
Well, it's like going into what you're saying about the development times for this. Like our goal was to not have people wait for us to develop games for this platform. So the way that we designed it was more for onboarding other game developers and providing them this blockchain tech for their games. So that way we can continuously onboard games, bring more users to the platform, more engagement, more games for the players to use. That's the goal there. We don't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to developing games. It's just too much time and resources that we're not, equipped for here this early on. But that being said, we do have our Pong game that we developed first, and we have 2 other ones designed out that we'll eventually release for sure.
Okay, and like, what would be the benefit for the developer to push it on like Darknet instead of Steam? Because again, like the population on Solana is way smaller than any Steam download that it can get. So what's your pitch for them to come to your platform?
So with our platform, you can come in and monetize your games with our wagering systems. Later on, you'll be able to do that with our tournaments. The other thing you'll get is access to our social hub. So as we onboard these games, more players will be, on the platform, getting exposure to your game. So it's like it's kind of like a win-win for the platform. You get a new revenue stream, and you also get access to a larger player base that can get, more eyes on your game, more players, all that stuff. Blockchain tech is incredibly expensive. It's something that's not easy to do. There's not a lot of blockchain devs out there on Solana doing work like this. So it's you come to us and we'll save you some time, money, and resources, but we'll actually open up a new revenue stream for you.
Okay, and like, is there like a developer cut or something that you can also improve, like give more money to the developer by itself? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, we're doing like a rev share with the studios. So like we'll do 50% right now is what we're decided on. So whatever fees are generated from wagering or tournaments, you'll split that with us 50-50.
Okay, awesome. That makes sense. And like, what's the share on Steam, for example, when a dev is publishing on Steam?
I don't know too much. I think they just charge like a base fee on the game sales. We'll be introducing that later on. Right now it's more like the first thing we're going to do is introduce the game aggregator and the wagerings and stuff like that. So that stuff, like, I know nobody's really offering right now. In terms of the game fees, I need to do more research and find out what like the actual split is. When we do bring out our side of the storefront for the aggregator, one of the things we're going to make sure to do is be competitive with what Steam is offering, because we kind of want to like be like that decentralized kind of Web3 version of Steam in a way.
Yes.
There's tons of games being made out there in the eco right now, and none of them have exposure to like Steam and or any kind of other platforms like that. So we see that kind of as like our early niche that we can come into, supporting all these games that want to enter Web3 early on, aggregating them, and then scaling up into the storefront to get these larger Web2 games on their platform.
That's pretty dope. And yeah, so okay, so I'm a developer. I joined the platform. I have access to your community and like all of the gaming, and then I have all of that features, social features, etc. Yeah, what kind of like what features do you have on your roadmap that will ever improve your experience?
Improve the experience of the platform
for the developers and even for the community by itself. Like yeah, what do you plan to add on the platform?
Well, like on the user experience side, we're going to introduce like the whole social layer to the wagering. We'll improve on that. The whole tipping system, is another form of engagement for the players. And that really incentivizes content creators to come in and make content to get those tips, different, stuff like that. That's kind of one of the goals for the social side, is to empower these game creators, right? People who like to stream, kind of take a little inspiration from like Twitch and try to bring some of that energy into the platform. As far as like the game developer side, like we're going to start with the wagering, PvPs and then tournaments later on. But basically what we want to do is keep introducing tools that will support these games. Like I mentioned, a marketplace later on. We have tools from like Hydra, the DTM, stuff like that. They could be used as loot boxes as well. So like basically providing Web3 infrastructure and tech into their games. That's like the value that we really want to drive in terms of like the partner side. We want them to save money, resources, time, headache. You come into our eco, we'll take care of that whole tech side. Make sure that you just focus on the whole gameplay and making something that people want to actually play at the end of the day,
That's pretty cool. Yeah, like that's true. Like for a game nowadays, like it's really important like to have like Twitch streamers playing the game and make sure like yeah, like you have a huge distribution there. So then people are playing your games. So then you will need those streamers too. That's 100% for sure. Maybe I can start streaming like some games. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, nowadays, like I feel like that's key to the success of any game. Is these content creators, especially on Twitch too. Like some of them aren't even playing games, and people still come to watch them, talk and just hang out and stuff. And I think we'll only see that expand more out, where people are just, like I mentioned earlier, like the biggest form of engagement, the value that is people are going to get out of each other soon is engagement and like from their content. So if we can capture that and give people benefits and incentive to use our platform to get engagement and create content, then I think we'll be successful.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's massive. And that's pretty cool, man. That's exciting for the future. So do you have a launch date?
So for the platform, we have our demo out now. We're going to drop it with you. You're going to be one of our first communities.
Let's go.
But for like the main platform, the game aggregator, the whole social side, that's going to be in development over the next few months. But I have something out before end of summer for sure.
Cool. Okay. Nice. That's exciting, man. So you can like we can do another stream in a couple of months to officially launch it.
Yeah, man. I mean,
and play some songs and other games you have.
Yeah, man. By then, ideally we'll have a ton of games aggregated on there, all using our wagering systems. We'll have our tournaments out, all that good stuff, and then you guys can just focus on making great content and coming in there and supporting the community.
Yeah, just like some community events.
Yeah, like really the Darknet is blending everything that we love and know about Web3 into the gaming industry. And I think like the gaming industry is just a reflection of Web3. collecting NFTs, all that. They just haven't realized it yet. The collecting skins, CS:GO skins, and stuff like that, loot boxes. We do all that here, all of it.
Nice.
And as soon as we get over the stigma of like these play to earn
Yeah.
Ponzi-omics that they think that every game is, like, as soon as we get over that and they see like, oh, okay, this is just like any other game I've played. Only difference is I could trade what I earn and collect, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a degen way we like, bro. Making
Yeah,
money while
man.
playing. Let's go.
There's a degen in all of us, man. You go to casino, you see a bunch of middle-aged people fucking hitting that button 24/7. There's a degen in all of us,
man. Yeah, that's cute. But yeah, that's cool, man. Like, yeah, we're gonna be like around the hour, so this is gonna be the format of the stream. So I think we can like slowly wrap it up. I still have a couple of questions for you, but like, yeah, we should keep it around the hour, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, so like, okay, so what would be like your content strategy, like to increase the size of your community pre-mint and post-mint, and like, yeah, do you want to do like more Twitter space, more stream like that? Like, what's your roadmap on content creation?
Yeah, so actually, like, starting this week, we're rolling out this whole marketing strategy that we have.
Nice.
I have my artists working on different promo materials that will really lay out this storyline and kind of draw the connections between AntiSocials and the darknet. We also have like a specific character that we made for that storytelling that will kind of do a lot of the unveiling and a lot of the storytelling for everything we do later on. As far as like, everything long term is going to be about content creation, using our character in different formats, really showing off the IP, how it can be used in animation, gaming, stuff like that. We already have our character made in 3D and pixel. So you'll see, ideally, like every time we integrate a game and we start talking to them, if they have the capabilities to introduce like other avatars into the game, we're always gonna throw our hat in the ring and say, hey, like, integrate AntiSocials. Nice. So like the idea is to really get our character out there in all these partnered games and also create different stories with our animation.
Awesome. That's pretty cool, man. Nice. That's exciting. Future is bright.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Very ambitious for sure.
Yeah.
We laid down the foundations. We spent the last 7 months making sure we're prepared for all this. I'm pretty bullish on it. I think we've been having some really awesome talks with some people who can really help us push this project forward. So
awesome.
As soon as those get organized, I think we'll see AntiSocials become one of the top projects in the space.
Let's fucking go.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so yeah, I have like two questions for you before, like, if you have any announcement or last word to push to the community out there. Okay, so what would be the question that you wish people ask you but they never do?
Man, that's a tough one. Like, to be honest, like, how can I be more involved? That's what I would like to hear more. When it comes down to success of projects, I think it comes down to like how much freedom and power you give your community. If you give them the room to grow, if you give them the room to build with you, they'll do it, man. They'll be more than happy to do that. So like, I want to hear that more often. That way I can just point people in the right direction and say, like, come join the family, dude. Like, we'll make sure that you're being taken care of. We're gonna have an affiliate program later. So if our holders want to like help us out with these listings and onboarding, we're gonna take care of them that way. Just how can I help, man? Help me help you. Let's help each other and make this project a success and go from there.
Let me help me helping you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, and how should the last question? This one is for me. Who should be the next guest, and can you make the introduction?
Yeah. You know who I've been seeing, founder really grinding in the space, always active, always freaking positive. The Bad Cats founder.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get Bad Cats on, I think you should definitely get him on. Make sure everything's good there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be cool to have them here. For sure.
They're pretty dope. I like what they do. And you know, they definitely put a lot of thought into everything that they're building over there. So I want to see more teams like them get more spotlight.
Okay, for sure. And yeah, like Eternal Pestilence looks hype about that. So yeah, why not?
All right. Yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, I like their team. I like everything they're doing.
Yeah, it's true builders.
Nice.
Okay, then do you have any like last word, any alpha, any announcement that you want to make up before we closing the show?
Just come check us out, man. I mean, it's a great project. There's a lot of thought that went into the art, the platform, everything. We got everything laid out for you guys. Just come and, you know, be a part of the community, hang out with us. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't need to be a gamer. You don't need to do any of that stuff. Just be a part of the community. Enjoy your PFPs, man. Like these are going to be some of the top, I think, art PFPs in the eco. You know, whether you like gaming or not, you're gonna love the art. I feel like.
Nice.
So just come wear wear what you love, and you know, join us and then be a part of us, and that'd be awesome. That's good enough for us.
Let's go. Okay, that's pretty cool, man. And yeah, like, and I can't wait to test your platform, play some game with you, win some tokens, and then let's see what's up.
Yeah, man. It's
I hope you're strong at ping pong, like at the pong.
Man, I've been pretty trash. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing these tests with the team, and I've been getting wrecked. But you know, but you'll see me on there. You'll see me playing every now and then. You know.
Okay. Maybe next stream we can do like a party and invite people jumping on stage and play against us.
Yeah, man. I'll make some good exit liquidity for sure. If you just want to
exactly
and beat me, yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, man. I think that's it. Like, yeah, did I miss anything? Did I answer ask you every question that you wanted to?
Yeah, man. No, it was great talking to you, man. Once again, and thank you for inviting us to your platform. Yeah, everything's been great. Very chill talk.
Yes.
I felt real comfortable being here and just being back with you.
Exactly.
I'll definitely be watching in the past, and you know, I hope you get the Bad Cats on here and some other teams.
For sure.
And yeah,
we will. Thank you so much, man. For everyone in the Twitter space, thank you so much for showing up here during the stream. Everyone in the YouTube chat, thank you so much too. If you're watching this stream via the watch player, don't forget to claim your token and press the tweet button so we can have some clout out of it. You should be able to claim 68 tokens, 69 by the time we are closing and wrap it up. I'm not going to drop you more than that. So yeah, don't try to shit. It's mine early, so I check everything. Other than that, thank you so much, Prez, again. And we will do an episode 2 when you're going to be closer to lunch and then play some games online. That's going to be fine.
Beautiful. Awesome, man. All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already, because that's going to give you also like a whitelist for the Decod3rs mint. Check Prez, you have, and check like AntiSocials project. You have all of the links in the top of the Twitter space or in the description on YouTube. And that's it. We will shoot like a good night, good end of the day, wherever you are. And we will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.